11-6. It's been a very strange way to get to 11-6, Sean. I mean, just a very, very strange way. Playoffs start on Monday night. Eagles in Tampa Bay, obviously in Tampa on Monday. 5 out of 6 down the stretch. Obviously, the squad lost, but another opportunity to try to turn it around versus Tampa on Monday. Now, a lot to answer for what's happened and where they head. And for more on that as the regular season gives way to the postseason, let's welcome the head coach of the Philadelphia Eagles, Nick Sirianni, to the show. Good morning, Nick.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning, Nick. Nick, let's go back to the last game, then we'll move forward to Tampa. Second quarter, as things are going as they were going, what was going through your mind seeing what was happening in the second quarter of that game and the way it felt like the game was slipping away?
Yeah, obviously not a good start to the game, not a good game at all for us. So what's going through my mind is, okay, we're down 3 scores. We're not getting things going right at this particular time. Let's get guys out and rest some guys, in attempts to have, a half off before we play a big playoff game.
Nick, how has this team's personality changed in the last 6 weeks?
Yeah, I think that obviously when you're in a skid that we're in, like we're losing 5 out of 6, right? That's a result, right? And the 10-1 start, that's a result. So what I know about this team is that they've had the same personality going through the entire year. And, because all we care about is just getting it fixed and trying to do the things we know we can do to get it fixed. And that's just the process that you go through each week. Not always are the results going to turn the way that you want it to go. All right, but what you can control always is the process. And I believe that that's what this team has done throughout the year is went through the process each week, put everything they had into each week. At the early parts of the year, it worked well. Right now it's not, but you just stay the course, and that's what I believe our guys have done.
Nick, let's get to causes even more than result. Do you feel there are internal issues that are causing a lag in morale amongst the players?
Yeah, no, I do not. I think, like I said, that these guys put the work in every day. They come in here every day. They play through tough bumps and bruises that they have and injuries that they have. I don't feel that, because I know the types of guys we have in this locker room and the types of leaders we have in this locker room, leading all the types of guys, and I don't believe that at all.
Nick, why has the defense gotten worse in the last 6 weeks? They're allowing 8 points per game more the last 6 weeks.
Obviously we're not doing anything that we want to do right now through this skid as a team, right? And so it's, you look at the offense, you look at the defense, you look at the special teams, like it's a team. You want to get it going as a team. And so, we've had some things with the run game these last couple weeks, but make no mistake about it. Again, it all goes into one. Like, so if the defense gives up, like let's say about the Giants game, like if you look at that and just the Giants game, the first Giants game, if you look at that 8 points, you don't account for the interception for a touchdown. You don't account for the fumble that put us in position that they went in and scored, right? And so, and that doesn't mean they're all like that. But again, we're a team, and you win as a team, you lose as a team, and you get up as a team.
Mm-hmm. On the offensive side of things, as a viewer, watching the blitz plan, it doesn't feel like we're using the traditional blitz protection concepts like hot routes and sight adjustments to help solve the blitz and these new simulated pressures. What gives you confidence that this offense can beat the blitz?
Yeah, obviously, you go into a game plan, everything, and you go into a game plan in the run game, right? You go into a game plan with a pass game. You go into a game plan with a blitz beaters. You go into a game plan with a 4-minute plan. You go into it with third down, red zone, etc. Sometimes the plan works, sometimes it doesn't work, right? There's many different things you can do versus blitz zero, right? You can max it up, right? You can max up protection. You can sprint out. You can throw quick. You can throw a screen, right? There's many different things you can do. The last time we played the Giants, I believe they blitzed 89% of the time, and we had one of our best offensive performances that week. And this week our plan didn't work as well, obviously, and it put us in a hole. So anytime something like that happens, you got to put that on me, because when the plan doesn't work, the questions should all go to me. And I understand that. I understand my responsibility there. So I wasn't good enough in that game. But we've definitely had games where we have been really good against it. This week wasn't one of them. And then you can look at that, like I said, for every phase of the game. If the run game, wasn't good enough, if the pass game, if the blitz protection, all those different things. And when it's not good enough, right, it is. I always want everyone to look to me, and because it's my job to put the players in positions to succeed. It's also my job to make sure that the detail of what we're asking the players to do to be very, very thought out and detailed of what we're asking them to do. So this week, that's on me that we didn't have a good enough plan there, and it didn't work. And like I said, we got different answers, different things, and it's never just one in one game. You try to sprinkle in a little bit of everything in each game so you don't put all your eggs in one basket. So a lot of different ways you can do that. Again, when you have everything maxed up and somebody comes free, right, there's when you have a max protection, there's not going to be a sight adjust or a hot when you have 7 men in protection. Mm-hmm. And then there's times where you do have it, where you don't have 7 men in protection, you have 6 or you have 5, and that's where those are built in. So you're not going to see, like you said, you're not going to see a traditional look of what you believe to be traditional every single time, because there's a couple different ways you can do it.
Mm-hmm.
Nick, do you feel you're doing the other ways often enough to do it successfully?
Again, you mix them a little bit. If you're judged on your last game, which I know in this league you are, then no. But if you're judged on the entire season, then yeah, we feel like we mix it up. We do some different things, and and again, sometimes the defense is going to get you. They're gonna disguise. They get paid to disguise things to make things look like it's not blitz and it is blitz. And so, but based off last game, no, I was like I said to you already, I wasn't good enough. And but as a whole, I think we've definitely done some good things, and Jalen's done some good things, and the guys have done some good things.
Nick Sirianni here with us. Nick, let's talk about other things you could do differently if you choose to. Jalen under center. Do you feel that it just wouldn't be effective enough to have Jalen under center more often and be able to run different types of plays?
You can run all the plays that you need to from the gun, from the pistol, and again, you think about your quarterback, you think about your plays that you have, and you're trying to do what's best for that game, and also mix it up enough where the defense is caught off guard. So again, you can be offset one way, you can do same ball handling, you can do a cross ball handling, you can do pistol ball handling. All those things when Jalen's, in the gun, they have to hold backside, and you can do that too sometimes under center when you boot out and all those different things. But that's the style of offense we are. That doesn't mean you don't get under center every once in a while. But there's so many different things. You can hop the back, you can fit the back to give you the different desired looks that you need from a defense. So again, that's like, why not more something else? Sometimes it fits your personnel and sometimes it doesn't fit your personnel. And like we said, we try to do everything we can do to fit our personnel, the things that they do well and the things that give the defense fits as well.
Nick, the adage is that the postseason means the game gets faster and more intense. How ready is your team?
Yeah, we're looking forward to having a really good week of preparation and a really good week of practice. One thing that I know our team's ready for is that, because of the sense of we have a lot of guys that have been here before. We have a lot of guys that have played in big games. We have rookies that played in the national championship. We have second-year guys and third-year guys that have played in national championships. We've had guys that have played in Super Bowls. We've had guys that won Super Bowls. And so, again, when you have all these types of guys that are winners, and have won traditionally, they know what it takes, and we have a lot of coaches on this staff that have been through as well, and so we'll be ready. We're looking, like I said, we're all looking to we all looked at each other in the locker room after the game, coaches and players, and we said we're going to give everything we got this week, and then we'll see what happens. But everything we got this week, we're going to leave on the field. And like I said, we got a lot of guys with a lot of experience in games like this that, I'm ready to go to battle with those guys.
Nick, let's talk about a couple of them. 4 really key players: Jalen, A.J. Brown, Devontae, Darius Slay. Jalen, A.J., Devontae, Darius. Do you think they're all a full go?
Yeah, we'll see. Obviously early on in the week, and there's a lot of things that have to happen until then. We haven't even been together to practice yet, right? We've had, they had off yesterday. We'll see them today and here for their lift. They'll have off again tomorrow because you're playing a Monday night game. All right, and then we'll be back on the practice field after that to get into our groove of the Tampa Bay preparation, and there'll be preparation obviously before then. But we'll see. I think they all definitely have a chance to go, and they're all very important players, and so we'll need all hands on deck. Anytime you play a playoff game, you need all hands on deck, especially those guys right there that you mentioned. All outstanding players, outstanding leaders, outstanding people.
Nick, does the Monday game annoy you? I mean, it gives you more time to prepare for it, but if you win it, it gives you a whole less day to prepare for round 2. Does that bother you?
Obviously, my mind is only on Tampa. I love the extra day that we got, and I know that we've pretty much been handed every type of game you could play from this schedule, and so we know we're battle tested with those types of things. And obviously that extra day, we'll treat that like a mini bye. That we have that one day that we have a mini bye. We didn't get the bye this year, so we're going to take that Monday night game and use it as an advantage. Just like when the weather's crappy outside, you think to yourself, the weather's an advantage to the team that thinks it's an advantage. The weather's a disadvantage to the team that thinks it's a disadvantage. We're going to go in with the mindset that this extra day was an advantage for us to get some of our guys healthy, to get a little bit of a mini bye, and then we'll handle crap afterwards that we need to handle afterwards. But excited about this opportunity this week.
Nick, the last time we played the Bucs, there was a lot said by their coaches on the sideline about Jalen and his ability to read through what a defense was showing him.
Two times ago against the Bucs.
2 times ago.
2021.
Yes, in that playoff matchup. How much improved is Jalen at doing that, at reading that defense?
Yeah, no doubt. All these guys have grown so much. In these past 2 years. I mean, you look at 2021, seems like forever ago, right? We start off slow, we get it going, we go to the playoffs, and we get thumped. And then, last year we win 16 games, and Jalen's top of the MVP conversation. And throughout, the 11 games, first 11 games this year, he's still in that conversation. And then when you lose 5 out of 6, you lose out on some of the postseason awards. The awards that are given throughout the season. But, he's obviously just continued to grow as a player. We've been in the playoffs the last 3 years. The big reason for that is because our quarterback's really good football player, and he continues to develop. He continues to grow, and really excited for him to go. One thing about that Monday night game is there's no other games on. It's all on us. All eyes are on us, and really excited for everyone to see Jalen Hurts and this football team. And because you asked me about Jalen, I'm really excited for the country to see the type of player he is, and going in there against a really good defense at Tampa.
Nick Sirianni here. Nick, when Jalen's getting ready to roll play-by-play, how often do you call the plays as opposed to Brian Johnson?
Yeah, Brian's doing a big chunk of it because I'm obviously managing the game. When you're starting to think about going for it on 4th down, there's got to be a lot of communication that goes on. And so, that communication doesn't start on 3rd down, right? That communication starts at the beginning of the new 1st and 10, right? Hey, if we get to this on 3rd down or whatever, let's think about that. And then that communication also goes from me to Brian, talking to him about what I'm thinking there. But then I got to click over and talk to Coach Clay about what I'm thinking there too, because obviously on 4th down, I don't want him sprinting out the punt team, and I'm saying we're going for it, the field team, right? And so that communication, I think, so important. Just like communication on the field with the players is so important, that everyone knows what we're thinking, so Brian can call the game accordingly. Obviously we talk on the sideline in between series and what you're doing there, and you can kind of go into a series and say, hey, here's what we're thinking. But, and obviously we're talking through that just like we talk through everything when we game plan and all those different things. But, what's really hard, I think, and I've seen this plenty of times in this league, is, if Brian would call a play and I go, no! And I try not to do that to him, right? I don't, I'm not going to do that. And because that really puts the play caller and the offense in a bind. And so, again, all my talks with Brian, we talk about everything on the sideline, myself, Brian, Kevin Patullo, Coach Stout, Coach Jason Michael, the players. We're in discussions in between, and sometimes that's even hard for me because I'm managing the game on the defensive side of the field. And so, I just believe that communicate, like we're doing all our work in preparation and attempts for this week. Now you put a ton of the hard work in now, and then adjust to the things that happen in the game. And so that's why we're busting our butts now. So we've had a lot of those conversations. Can you possibly put yourself in every single conversation, every single play possibility? No, but we try to do as much as we possibly can, just like you guys do, right? So you prepare yourself as much as you possibly can so that when you're on the air or when you're on the field, it's not the first time you've done it.
That's right. Nick, final thing here. Everything's swirling around, and obviously there's been a lot lately, which we could just sort of call heat. How are you handling it on a personal level? Everything's swirling.
Obviously I'm pissed about that. We're in a little bit of a slump right now. We're losing 5 out of the last 6. Not a little bit. I'm really pissed. And all my mindset is to make sure that we, are doing the things we need to do to help us win this next game, and not thinking about anything else but that, because there can be a ton of distractions if you allow there to be distractions. And so, in good times, it's easy to block out any distractions. In hard times, it's not as easy, but that's what I don't get paid to lead the team when it's easy, right? I get paid to lead the team when it's tough. And then again, that's also, how I have, same thing with my family, same thing with everything. So this is the times that test you. And look forward to this challenge that we have to get it going back right again.
Nick, good luck on Monday night.
But thank you for asking.
It's my pleasure. Absolutely. Nick, good luck to you on Monday night in Tampa Bay.
All right, thank you.
You got it.
Thanks,
all right,
Nick.
There he is, Eagles head coach Nick Sirianni. All right, 215-592-9494. Your reaction to Sirianni, all the calls on all the topics, including, what's been going on and where it goes from here. Joe DeCamara and John Ritchie, it's 94 WIP.